Hello everybody and welcome back to the Vampire Counts playthrough on Total Warhammer. Manfred now faced with a pretty decisive battle at Essen. We really do need this place back for our economy. We'll be facing off against Wolfram the Ironclad and Gottfried Scheck of the Ostermark. This is our full recovered army. Obviously we had to cut some units away last time to help our economy, but we really need this pest away and sorted, and the plan is to hopefully make it self-sufficient in terms of public order so we don't have to guard it the entire time. But that's not what you want to see, is it? You want to see the battle. So we're going to jump straight in and start this episode with a bang. Okay, we're on the field. Pretty low level winds of magic. We're going to gamble that, I think. Come on, baby. Yep, it's going up. Up to 11. Small increase, but that's good enough. Winds of magic. I mean, I don't use many spells anyway. I was never a big ability user in historical Total War. But I haven't really used it much. Alright. We've got a big hill in the way. I think we're going to try and get a main force of infantry up onto that hill. Some grave swords as support. Manfred, as always, going to be straight up there in the first line. That's going to be our group number one, number one. I'm going to send a big contingent of infantry down the valley. I think that's going to be group number 2. And we're going to send our riders around to the east. And we're going to try and get behind them with these 2 flanks. So let's start the battle. Get onto that hill as soon as possible. Manfred, you can walk, otherwise you're going to go ahead on your horse as normal. Black Knights around the side. And the rest of our Grave Guard around to the side as well. Let's get a little look in at their army, shall we? So we've got Outriders. There are some new units we're facing off against. They're missile cavalry. They've also disappeared. Some mortars. Well, they're all disappearing pretty quickly. Crossbowmen as normal. Swordsmen making up the bulk of their army by the look of it. Some handgunners. More mortars. And crossbowmen. And some spearmen with shields, and there are those Outriders. Pretty brave, regal looking men with some pretty scary guns. Okay, I think we're just going to want to get straight down that hill with this main bulk of infantry, because those mortars are going to open fire pretty quickly. Let's get the cavalry moving round the side. And this group around that flank. Black Knights I do love very much. Very cool units. Manfred riding off on his own. They're trying to reorganise a little bit now. Yeah, sorry, you can all run again now. You're going downhill. It's going to be a pretty straightforward battle, I hope. But we need it to be because... Oh, mortars inbound. Taking some pretty big chunks out of those grave guards. And also dangerously close to Manfred. Oh, it's absolute chaos here. We need to get straight into combat as soon as possible. So let's target what we need to. Oh boy, they've really taken the brunt of the attack here. Manfred, let's get you a bit further down the hill. Cavalry, let's start moving you around the back. Grave Guard into the flanks. See if you can get a bit further round. Our hidden troops have been uncovered, not sure which hidden troops they are. Not really an issue, we're not going for exactly covert, they know what we're doing. But we outnumber them so that it shouldn't matter. Let's get Manfred in on Wolfram. Let's get these cavalry round the back now. And the Grave Guard also, let's get into that little pocket. Grave Guards around the side and charging their rear. Perfect. This is where we're weakest at the moment, so let's see if we can get the cavalry in here. We're also being charged by their cavalry, so let's split them up. One can go for the cavalry and one pair can go for their swordsmen. Actually no, one for the spearmen, one for the swordsmen. Here come the rest of our Grave Guards. Let's put a couple into support over here and sort of split these up equally between these units. If we can win this fight at the rear of them pretty quickly, then we should be able to support everywhere else. Let's have a quick look at our knights. Completely surrounding the swordsmen, and these are off in the forest chasing off their what are they called, outriders? Indeed, outriders. There's only 10 of them left, so let's see if there's a better place to use this cavalry. Right, these guys can carry on attacking here. Let's move these round. Let's get these into this middle fight here. These Grave Guards are chasing them off. Where's the cavalry? I pull back here. Perfect. Let's get them in the action on their crossbowmen. I think there were some outriders in there as well. Such an epic game. Even a straightforward fight like this just has epic illusions of grandeur. Cavalry doing okay there. They're chasing off the mortar men. They're not really a threat now, are they? Let's get them in on the fleeing swordsman or crossbowman. Okay, victory is ours. Let's pull the infantry back. Let's start mopping up, shall we? This cavalry, let's start mopping up over there. These guys can mop them up, and these guys, actually no need. Manfred's on that. Manfred chasing down Wolfram. Where's he go? Where'd they go? Oh, they're in that little, duking it out in the forest. Chasing him down doesn't really seem to be doing much. He's sort of just escorting him off the field. This way, sir. I should take you back to your castle. You fought valiantly today. Shall I make sure that my men do not turn on you as you run off the field? This is no good. Oh, there we go. Little attack there, and then sort of stopped. He's not really the best guy for the job, I think. We've got some cavalry over here. Let's do what Manfred can't, shall we? These guys can take on that. Just mopping up small pockets of resistance. It doesn't matter as we're taking a settlement, but it's always good experience for our cavalry. It's probably the easiest thing to do in Total War games, to leave your cavalry out of position. Then they're going to need to rely on their wits, and having those extra points from being a higher level can always help them survive a bit longer till I correct my mistakes. Wolfram was flattened by Manfred, but doesn't seem to have done. Let's see if can we send a fireball his way. We can. Oh, there we go. It's only about half health though. He's now completely decided to abandon the chase completely. Thankfully, our Black Knights are here. Here they are, chasing him down. I think we can probably find a higher action fight to follow than that. So, let's get them over there. What are our third unit doing? Still 8 of them left. What are you running over there for? They're charging in. You're moving a little bit slower than did in previous. Oh, okay. See, the units completely disappeared, and they're sort of just everyone's sort of just standing around. Let's just end it there, shall we? Let's not draw it out any longer than it needs to be. 103 losses to their almost 1,000, over 1,000. No, yes, over 1,000. It's a pretty simple victory. Cavalry once again, definitely the most effective unit on the field, although that one unit of Grave Guards was pretty handy. And once again, Essen is finally ours. Attempts to raise it, but we need the money. And as much as that 600 would be useful, we need to build it into something pretty useful. Mission successful, a little bit more money. Smart have been eviscerated again. Hopefully they will not return a third time. Let's get Manfred. Can we? No, he's got to stay there for the moment. Well, it's going to be Skullgrave that's going to be on watch duty, babysitting duties of Essen again. Let's upgrade it straight away. So what we need to do is make this okay for public order, so that on its own, so that we can get Skullgrave out of there. We also, if we can make it give us a little bit extra income, that will also be useful. Fort Oberstein we can upgrade. Don't see why not at this point. We're positive we are at peace with the Wizenland, so no immediate threats, so we need to rebuild now and make sure our next attack is not such a disaster. That's what we were working towards, to get rid of the upkeep a little bit for the Graveguard and the Black Knights, make their recruitment cost a little bit less, and give them some armour to boot. So the Dread Animator is what we shall be researching next. So let's go ahead and end the turn. Manfred has once again risen in skills. He's now up to 12. Look at all these effects. Minus attrition would be pretty useful, because we seem to be suffering pretty badly in that sense. We can now finally... No, not... Oh, Jesus. Repair. There we go. A bit cheaper than it was before, which is always good. I was going to check something, but I cannot remember what. It's not particularly useful, is it? I'm sure it will come back to me. So let's end the turn again. Okay, Manfred's going to move back into our lands, and Skullgrave's going to move into Essen as his semi-permanent home for the moment. So we'll get an extra building slot when this finishes in a couple of turns, which will be useful. Tempelhof could use Manfred's watchful eye at the moment, so we'll head him on a course over there. So let's just have a look at how things are at the moment. So we've still got this large Dwarven Confederacy, although it seems to have been split up by the Greenskins, who are making progress in the east and to the south. Of course, have these desolate lands in between us and the Wizenland. Now all of this is ruins as well. So the northern part of the Dwarven Empire has been reduced to ruins, presumably by the Chaos, who are venturing ever further south. I think the Wizenland probably still are the favourites. The whole idea of going here was to try and give us a springboard into these two Dwarven territories, because we want to head south a bit more, because we're nowhere near ready to take on anything from the Chaos, and they're obviously going to continue to spread. They seem to have ruined the entirety of the regions around us at the moment. And the Talabecland, while they may be an easier target than the Wizenland, the fact that the Chaos are around there suggests to me that they'll be in and about the Talabecland pretty sharpish. So I think Wizenland is still where we need to go. We need to plan the attack a bit better this time and make sure our economy and public order is intact before we make that move. So we're going to end the turn again. It's going to be a bit of a waiting game, I think. Just make sure we're in the ideal position. There's been a family strife at Castle Drakenhof. When Vlad seized control of Sylvania, he turned the majority of its destitute nobility. I was interned. Right, yeah, okay. Vampire joke there, obviously. Thus ensuring there is always none of Carstein eager to enact his own plans for domination, even at the expense of so-called siblings. So he's killed someone related, minus income. That hurts quite a bit. You shouldn't have done that, mate. Thank you. You're hurting your family more than anyone else. Which really doesn't help us. Income's way down. Let's return Manfred to Castle Tempelhof, just to help out. Just because we need the public order in there, but also, I suppose in a roleplay sense, he needs to sort out his own family as soon as possible. It's Warriors of Chaos. We have an improving relation with them. Yeah, it is the Warriors of Chaos that have made those couple of dents then. There's no need to try and gain allyship or anything, or a non-aggression pact. As long as we are improving relations, I can't really see a problem. The Talabecland, we already have a non-aggression pact. Let's see if we can get some trade with them.
I will listen, but my time is short.
Rejected. Trade agreement. Let's see if we can offer them a little bit. 300. No. Offer. No. 600 will be our final offer then. I'm not willing to go more than that, because I don't know that you'll survive 3 turns for us to get the pay for it. I've demanded it again. What an idiot. $600. Nope, they're not interested. They can go screw themselves then. To be honest, we don't need anybody here at Castle Tempelhof. We forge our own world, make our own money. We share with nobody. Next turn then, we're just waiting for everything to fall in place and see what we can do with the additional building slot at Essen. Winds of magic change. Not really bothered. Minus 25% of recruitment cost. As the Blood God knows all too well, war is a meat grinder that constantly requires fresh supplies, which means recruits are not always easy to come by. On this rare occasion, however, there is a glut of bodies ready and willing. to join the fray. Great. All for that. Right. Cursed Field seems a bit of a no-brainer, to be honest. Some income, same income as the Gibbet, but a better public order return. Don't need any military buildings at the moment, so let's continue building that up. We don't have much for... I'd like to make use of this recruiting surplus for 3 turns. Yeah, I haven't read that before. So, because we got 2 armies, it's costing us a little bit extra. The more armies we have, the extra income we shall incur.
Who wishes the red kiss?
Let's just keep an eye on them. Make sure they're not looking to break the treaty.
I thirst.
I'll ignore that.
Small army at the moot. Would have thought there would be a bigger army somewhere else, but maybe they're otherwise engaged. Okay. It's going to be a pretty boring part of the episode and the series at the moment. I don't want to make another false move and set us back another 20 turns like this has. I want to ensure that everything is stable at home, we have a nice income, and I'd like to rebuild that other army as well. Just to ensure, be it all the Wizenland within 4 turns, plus 16 leadership versus humans, and 500 dark magic. We'll see at the end of 4 turns. At the moment we're in no position to do that. We need to upgrade this again, so we need to wait another turn. Yeah, we just... if we get 2 full armies that are able to leave our lands without any public order penalties, then hopefully we should have enough to force our way through at least sort of Abenheim and Fjeldorf into the Wizenland. I think Nullen, mind you, Abenheim's the other tough nut to crack, I think. Not too bad. Work bad's okay.
Yes.
The Moot, easy peasy. Abenheim, too bad. So it is going to be known. It's going to be the bigger siege. So we would like to leave that till last. We should now have enough to upgrade our Cursed Fields to a wretched farmstead, which is gonna... I didn't actually look what it did. I presume it's... yeah, more income, more public order. That's what we need at Essen right now. We're just rattling off these turns till everything's sorted at home. Those savages, the orcs are coming. The red orcs are coming. The red orcs are coming. No. I'm not going to make that reference. The orcs are coming, not the sophisticated bunch that hangs out in the captured dwarf holds, but the more rural boys that wander the southern Badlands. Yes, a nomadic horde of extra fighty savage orcs are close and could threaten your forces. Best be proactive against this lot before Mork, or Gork, or Tork, or Fork, or Shork leads them right into your realm. There's obviously a war somewhere. Or a rogue bunch of orcs, I'm not sure which. They don't seem anywhere on our borders. They don't border us anyway, so shouldn't be a problem. For the moment, anyway. That's still building. Income building nicely. Got an extra slot at Fort Oberstein. Let's just have a check back through of military building, shall we? So what have we got? The Abyssal Wood, which is going to give us Vargeist and eventually the Vargolf and the Terrorgeist. I still haven't seen. We've got the Mausoleum, which gives us all the way up to the Graveguard and the Black Knights. I don't really see any other unit. I think there's one more military building. I don't think it gives us... it gives Crypt Ghouls, a Banshee, Crypt Horrors, and then the White King, the Cairn Raves, and the Hex Raves. So they seem to be our elite units, but I'm not sure we need them for the moment. It's going to require a level 5 settlement, which we can't get here anyway. We can at Templehof, but we're going to have extra buildings. Yep, no need really. If we're at level 3 in Ancient Armory. Oh, an Ancient Armory also allows recruitments of Cairn Raves. Oh no, it's secondary, isn't it? You need that and... yeah, okay. Talking to myself again. I don't know why we need a cemetery in Templehof. Really. When we've got our most protective region. Where is it based? Is it Drakenhof? It is. Yeah. It is in striking distance of the dwarves. It might be useful to have unit producing buildings elsewhere, but I feel we need to really go heavy on the production buildings at the moment. Increasing growth, I don't know it's going to be much use, really. Yeah, let's wait till we can... yeah, I think we want the Gibbet and then the Gallows. So let's wait till we've got that 1,000, which we will do next turn. Winds of magic change again. It's changing every bloody turn at the moment. There's peace between the Wizenland and the Border Princes. Construction completed and a rank gained for Skullgrave von Karstein. So let's get that Gibbet built. Skullgrave has a point. He's not the best fighter in the world. It would be good to get some stuff that will help out the rest of the army, which this tree is going to do. The Aura of Supremacy. That's going to be it. So unless anything major happens at the end of this turn, apart from a failed mission, gods being angry. The omens are ill. Something you have done has angered the gods. Yet these, yet they are fickle. They may forgive you in time, or more immediate appeasement might be necessary. Angry gods is going to reduce our public order and increase our growth. I don't quite understand how that works. A tribute would give us a positive public order. We don't need the money. We've got the money. Distribute it. There's no negatives and a good positive right now. Well, that's going to give us a false positive at Essen in terms of evaluating how well we're doing there. We need 2 population surplus. We've got 2 population surplus, so we can upgrade it to a shady township for when we have 4,000, which is a while off. Yeah, so what I was saying, I think we're going to leave this episode here. We started it off with a nice fight. Pretty simple one, but a very necessary one. Essen is now back in our control. Really not the most profitable place in the world, although it's not doing too badly for us right now. 500 is a nice boost, and is allowing us to the excess needed for all these buildings. We're sort of back in control. I think a direct attack from the Wizenland. Oh, what are they doing? Talabekland seem to be pretty interested in the Wizenland. A direct attack from the Wizardland or the dwarves would cripple us, but I don't think there's any immediate danger of that, so we should be okay. We're stable again. We're back where we were 3 or 4 episodes ago now, with everything ticking along nicely, and looking to our borders as to where to expand. I think we'll have to, as I said, I think we'll have to have a few more contingency plans in place next time, because the Wizardland, although no immediately large armies, that one is growing, and I'm sure there's a 20 stack somewhere, so we need to be careful. So thank you very much for watching. If anyone's got any advice, do let me know. Maybe RB compositions is another thing I haven't really looked into. Whether Wizardland is really the best place to be going, whether I should be trying to run away from the chaos, or because our relations with them are increasing, maybe we should look north. Talabek clan do look like a bit of a softer target, but we shall see. If you do have any of that advice, let me know down below. If you enjoyed the video, hit that like button, that would be incredible. If you want to keep up to date with the series or anything else on the channel, hit that subscribe button as well. Until next time, thank you very much for watching. Bye for now. They are so OP and easily the coolest. Oops! Don't do that. Easily the coolest units in the game. Although a Wookiee on a Walker is pretty close, I must say. Oh, I don't know there's so much going on, I just can't take it all in. Whoa! Load up!
There's a B-52 that just went past and something got dropped in.
Did it? They're coming out the swamp.
Are they?
They are indeed.
God.
I mean, there is a down B-52 there.
It's not a B-52.
I accept this offering.
I don't know.
If you have torn my uniform, I will be very angry.
That's a Spitfire.
That?
No, it's not.
It's a Spitfire
Japanese
or a
Japanese
Mustang
plane.
or something.